Okay, Class A, I just wanted to take a few minutes and do a quick video guide for doing activities and participation in our online courses for our textbook. So we'll go through almost step by step, page by page for this chapter so you can get some clarification and alternative ways to work through things, okay? So hopefully you've seen every chapter starts off with the objectives, so please take a few minutes to look at those as you prepare to move through each chapter, okay? Those are our objectives that help us focus on what we're aiming at. You'll notice that in our textbook there are activities that have an en clase indication, and then some that might have en casa. We'll see those in a few seconds. For our online course, you are responsible for completing all of the en clase and en casa exercises. Okay? So these first one, oh, there it is. Sorry. When it says en casa, obviously if you're doing a face-to-face class, this would be homework. But for you online, again, all of the en clase and en casa exercises are expected. So you'll just fill in the text boxes here. One recommendation is always to click Save and then Submit. Please understand that if you've clicked Submit, that your answers will be saved and we will be able to see them. If you don't click Save, then you might not be able to see them in the future when you open up this page. But if you click Submit after filling out the information in the text boxes, we will see it as instructors, okay? All right. Just a couple of comments on activities, like, for example, this first one on page 2, página 2, with actividad 6.3. This is a repaso. If we were in a face-to-face class, we would be practicing this with a partner. In an online class, we always recommend, if you're able to work with a conversation partner, either someone in the class or a friend or family member, if you have a tutor, or if you have someone, if you're able to come to our online or virtual labs, those work well. But if that's not the case and you might be working on your own, that's completely fine. What you will do here, instead of writing all of the questions, we would expect you to write the answers out as well. Okay, and then once you save and submit those, we as the instructors will be able to see a question that was asked and an answer that was given. So the idea is to have a dialogue, okay? Talking to yourself, you can pretend. Okay? All right. Pretty much straightforward. Everything else on the rest of this page, as you see the text boxes, just make sure and type into them. Once again, here's an example on actividad 5.6 where it says con una amiga o un amigo. Again, if you're working on your own, you'll do the question and the answer as well. All right? Okay, on página 3, the presentación oral número 1. All of our oral presentations in the online course will be done in the discussions forum, so please go there when it's published in your Canvas course. Essentially, and there's an intro video that you can watch there on that, but essentially there will be 3 steps. First, you will record and upload a presentation where you address the questions that are asked here. Okay. After that, there'll be a due date for when you upload your original video. After that, there'll be a time period where you are going to be able to ask questions of several of your classmates. You can either do that by uploading your questions in video form, or you can type them out. And then the third step will be for you to answer any questions that you were asked. Okay, so look for this in your Canvas course in the discussions forum. Just go under the module for chapter 6 and the link will be there when it's published. Please take time to read through the expectations for this. It's not sufficient just to upload your video doing your presentation. I mean, unless you just want the 10 out of the 15 points, but the rest of the activity would expect you to also ask questions and then respond to the questions that you've been asked. Okay, the other activities up to this point for the knowledge check, the Muestra lo que sabes 6.1 are straightforward. If you do have individual questions, please reach out to your instructor. When it comes time to playing audio in our textbook, I'd just like to remind us all that it's best to use Google Chrome, and that doesn't mean just opening the book in Google. It means downloading Google Chrome onto your computer and then accessing the textbook through Google Chrome. Okay, Safari has listening issues. Google Chrome seems to be the best one. Okay, so you'll be able to play and replay all of the audio on these without any problems. It's good to get that resolved quickly, because there are always audio sections on these mini quizzes, the Muestra lo que sabes. There are 2 per chapter, and then also in the chapter quiz. Okay, just another reminder here, skipping through some of the other pages, everything seems to be straightforward again. On Actividad 6.14, and there are others similar between the last time we checked in and this one. Again, when it's asking for pregunta y respuesta, working with a friend, please put both the question and the answer as part of your dialogue. Okay, with our first diario, in this case, ¿qué hiciste en las últimas vacaciones? On your last break. Could be summer, could be winter break, could be spring break, whichever is more applicable to you. Just remember that the diario always has 2 steps. The first step is a rough draft where you will submit in Canvas, following the instructions here in the textbook, your rough draft. Your instructor will then give you comments inside Canvas, and then so there'll be one date for the rough draft, and then after your instructor provides you with some comments and corrections, then there'll be a new date for the final version, and the final version is the version that is graded. So just like with the presentación oral, please take a few moments to review what the expectations are, objectives and expectations for the diario. Again, that will all be submitted in Canvas. Okay, the last couple of pages here in our textbook. Each of our chapters has a different video or an activity near the end. These, even though it says en casa, which is perfectly fine, are not required activities for you to do, but if you do them, they can count towards one of your 3Cs portfolio entries. If you do complete these, please message or put a message in the 3Cs portfolio assignment in your Canvas module, letting your instructor know that you completed it. So in this case, if you complete the activity with this video, Gramática en Video, Limón y Sal, in the 3Cs, one of the 3Cs entries, just type, I completed the activity Limón y Sal in the textbook, and then your instructor will know to look for them. Okay. Speaking of the 3Cs portfolio, each chapter we have some suggestions for you to do. You can pick 1 or 2 of these and complete them. Please do so and submit them in your Canvas course under the 3Cs portfolio section in each module. Okay. There is a section at the end at the bottom of this page called Autoevaluación. This is not part of the 3Cs activities. We'll be addressing this later, but this is where you can essentially do a self-evaluation, autoevaluación, of what you're able to do after completing this chapter. Near the end of the semester, we'll indicate how to use this autoevaluación section. Okay. Finally, there is a quiz in every chapter, so let me jump there. Sorry for the delay. There is only one attempt for the quiz, but the quiz is not timed. Okay, so just take it when you're ready. Please do so by the date indicated in the Canvas course for when it should be taken. But understand that it's only one attempt, and but it is untimed, so you can take as long as you need. Please make sure and keep active in it, because if you get logged out of your book, then it will think that you're done. Okay? All right, if there are any questions, please ask your instructor. Y buena suerte. Muchas gracias. Adiós.